through Smiles Incorporated Summer Program Camp, they do not have any occupational therapist on staff. They have previously had OTs, more PTs though, come and do a few weeks of education and everything for the staff, and as well as they have chiropractors come more so for the horses, but they have a lot of medical educators that have been a part of this program for a couple days, couple weeks, etc. And they've kind of carried stuff down throughout those years of what they've been educated on, or certain things such as that chart I mentioned that has like the steps of prepping your horse 1 through 8 and pictures of that. But for us advocating for OT, I strongly believe Josie, Clancy, and I really have been asked a lot of what exactly is OT, or what are we doing that's different than PT? And we really had to kind of explain like the values and beliefs of our value in occupational therapy, as well as seeing that our clients or riders or parents and caregivers that come with them, that our occupations of our daily life is so huge and so beneficial, as well as the value and the role it does play. As like for an example, today we had a client that has been strongly abused. They're not really sure exactly what all has happened, and by they I mean us as instructors and Patty, our head lady at Smiles. We've just kind of heard, and the mom has not been super in detail of it, besides that this child of hers, as well as another child that participates in this summer camp, they have been abused and they have shut down completely. They were able to walk, they were able to talk as a younger child, and now they don't do either of that very well or at all. We were kind of explained, and the mom was kind of talking in front of her daughter, and Patty did kind of stop the situation and say, you know, I don't let my staff talk in front of our clients. I know you are mom, however, I don't want to be talking about this. If you guys want to go, you can go around the corner. And I really thought that was super strong, just because there's not any way this client could not hear us, and or we don't know really how she takes that. So I thought that was super amazing. However, when this client was riding, I was able to chat a little bit and understand what she was trying to say. And she was very strong on saying what she liked and talking about herself like any child does. So I feel like I was explaining to our other instructor that is a student, 21 years old, doesn't really understand that much on OT and has had a lot of questions. But through our conversation with our client and her, I was really explaining how these strong occupations that this client does partake in brings her so much happiness, and riding a horse is a pure occupation and she just loves it. Her dream is to come work as an instructor and be on the horse all the time. So she said, I will sit on the horse and I will watch everybody ride, which I thought was really cute. But explaining even to those staff members that are working there that aren't really sure what OT is, and explaining that the importance of it and understanding it in a way that we do is super big on the benefits the client and families do see and gain from that. And there are a lot of family members and clients that do participate in OT, but I'm sure, like we all have seen and understand, they get combined together a lot, so they're not really sure what one does exactly what or the difference. And they have asked us that, and that is a fun description that we have all collaborated on. And I'm not sure if the other girls have been asked independently. I have, but my favorite is when we're all three right there and they ask, because we all kind of bounce our own ideas off each other, which is pretty neat. Overall, throughout this entire camp, the outcomes of the occupation they do, riding, is pure joy and happiness, and the ability to feel independent. For those that aren't wheelchair bound, they just enjoy being out and connecting on that horse And even if they aren't aware exactly of the connection and everything that does go into it, you can see their faces light up and it work. For those that are wheelchair bound, it is amazing for an outcome, and the body movement for being able to walk on a horse. For our lower half, sitting on a horse, for those that you don't know, it is our same body mechanics that we do walking. So they do have that straightforward motion, and they work their spine in the correct movement that we do naturally move our body. And the ability to sit up and feel free and high and not strictly on the ground to your wheelchair, which they have said that is an amazing feeling. And the first time they got on a horse is really fun to like ask that question and hear their answers, because they are very happy and they light up and they're like, it was amazing, I had so much fun. They do note that it is a little scary. It is a very large animal, but once they got used to it, they just loved it. And a lot of them have been coming back summers by summers, but some of the new clients, they're in love with it, and some of their last days were yesterday and some of their last days are today, and they're already looking forward to next May. And I know one little girl said to me that her mom and dad are looking to buy a horse that will keep her safe and they can have at their farm, which is super awesome, because without Smile, would they have known that a horse would bring their child this much joy? Probably not. And the benefits that do come with it, as well as the simple benefit of the occupation of, and I shouldn't say simple, but we do our tasks simple, but getting a horse ready to ride, grabbing those things provides pure independence and responsibility for these clients. And that is a huge role and a benefit, as well as something they can take home with them to know, like, I can prep my food, or I can prep my pajamas for going to bed that night, or anything around that, to be like, I can get this out and get it ready. I can do the activity I want to do, and I will take it down and put it away. And that is exactly what they do every day when they're at Smile.